What's up everybody? Welcome back or to the channel. So today we're going to do another quick and easy modification to the 2016 Street Glide build over here. So again, my goal was to do a bunch of little mods through the winter so that this bike is ready to hit the road come the 2022 spring riding season. So again, if you haven't been following along, definitely subscribe to the channel because I put a lot of videos out there on all the modifications that I've done to it so far. So today it's going to be very simple and easy. What we're going to be installing is the front fairing, side, wing, air deflectors. So typically what they do is they help block a little bit more wind from coming at your knee area. And sometimes you could get them as a fixed position, so they just block the wind. Or you could get them with an adjustable setup so that way you can actually adjust the angle of the wind that's coming around at that location if you need it. So let's jump in and I'll show you a little bit more about what we're talking about. Okay, so here we go. So this is what I'm referring to right here. This location right here. So again, right around this general location here where my fist is, that's roughly where your knee is. So again, having a wind deflector right here helps block some of that cold air or wind. Now you could get them in a fixed location to where they just bolt on, or you could get the ones that bolt on with an adjustable fin that allows you to adjust the direction of the airflow. Now these are typically available in smoked, black, or sometimes you could just find them with a prime exterior finish. That way you can maybe have them custom painted yourself. So today I just got the black ones, but without further ado, let's just jump in and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so we're over here now. As you can see here in this box, that's what they're called. Okay, the side wings air deflectors. So again, that right there, the PBYMT, that's the same company that I actually got my smoked out LED turn signals from. So again, I'll put the link in the description of where I got these. But let me go ahead and start unboxing them and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so we're going to just open them up. Got some mounting bolts. So again, these should be very simple to install. All right, there's one. I'll get the second one out. Now again, as I mentioned before, you could get these in a fixed location or an adjustable fin so that you can adjust the airflow. So again, I went with the adjustable ones, so once they're mounted, you can actually rotate them to adjust the airflow. So there's typically just going to be a couple bolts here. Now they are labeled for right, and there should be an L right here, okay, an L for left. So they're already labeled to which side of the bike they should go on, and they're contoured to fit the bike perfectly. Right, so you already have your bolts and washers, you have your two fins. So let's go take a closer look at where they're going to mount on the bike. Okay, so if we come over here on the right side of the bike, you see these three plugs right here? There's 1, 2, 3. That's where we're going to be mounting it to. Now you might have to loosen up these couple bolts here and here just to get your fairing a little bit looser. You may even have to loosen it up top on the front by the windshield as well. But typically, this right here is going to mount in that location just like that. Okay, so you're going to see that little maybe 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch gap once you're done. So again, from the front, it'll kind of look like this when it's on your bike. But again, it'll be a little bit of a gap right at the top because again, you need that gap for this fin to be able to rotate. But again, these are available in a fixed mount or an adjustable mount. So again, the fixed mount just means they're going to mount real tight up against your fairing and you're not going to have that gap. They're just going to block the wind. But if you go with an adjustable mount like this, okay, once you get it mounted on the bike, this fin can rotate so that you can angle which way you want the wind to come. Again, they're pretty similar in price depending on which one you want to go with. But again, I'll put the link in the description of where I got these. But so far, the finish looks pretty good. So again, as far as longevity goes, we're just going to have to put that to the test this spring and see how long they hold up. But I have a couple buddies that have similar ones and they hold up pretty well. So let's go ahead and see what we have to do to start getting these mounted on the bike. Okay, so what I did first was I just took out my top side fairing bolts. I left the middle one in and I took the two bolts out under here, right here and here, which are these two bolts right here. So the shorter one goes on the inner fairing, the longer one goes on the outer fairing. I did that on both sides. So now I was able to actually get my fairing to come just away from the front here, just enough to where I can reach in and get a little screwdriver up here where my finger is and push those little pins out. Now those little pins, there's 3 of them. They're gonna look just like this. They're just little plastic push pins, okay? Once you push those out, the bolts that come supplied with the actual fairing deflector screw right in. So pretty much it's very simple. So once you get your fairing loosened up just a little bit, reach in there, pop those 3 tabs out along the side, line up your deflector, screw it in. I would probably say use a little blue Loctite, but I can't tell. I assume that that's plastic, so I don't know how well the blue Loctite will work or not. But I'm gonna go ahead and use a drop of blue Loctite just in case. Screw them in and we should be done. So let me do that and we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like here in a second. Okay, so I got the first one on, as you can see here. And all I did was I used a drop of blue Loctite on the tips. But again, I don't know how well that's even gonna matter because you're screwing in the metal into a plastic sleeve. But I did a drop of blue Loctite anyways. So I used my 3 bolts in here with the washers, okay? Screw them in hand tight. You don't wanna over tighten them because again, you're screwing in a metal bolt into pretty much a plastic flange, but they're screwed in real nice and tight. And now this rotates pretty good and freely. And that's what it's meant to be. So again, let me go ahead and do the opposite side over here, get my fairing bolted back on, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, we are done. We got the new wind deflectors in. So again, you are gonna see a little slight gap across the top there, but they need that for this hinge to work. Now you could always get a piece of rubber gasket that sometimes has that sticky tape inside, or glue it on. Put a little rubber gasket along the top here. That way when you shut it, it creates a little bit of a tighter seal there and you don't see that gap, which is probably something I might do myself. But again, these work and function really nice. But that looks good there. Same thing here, you have that little gap there, but they function really well, nice and tight. Everything works good. Let me show you what it looks like from the driver standpoint. So again, you just have that little extra right here. So again, now you can sit there when you're driving. If you don't want as much wind, you could just leave them down. And then when your legs are up here, okay, let me see if my legs right here, okay, well, here's where my knee is right here. It'll block a little bit of that wind that's coming straight at your knees, stopping your legs from getting as cold. Now, if it's a nice summer day and it's hot out and you want a little bit more wind in your face, now if you have bags up here, which might be blocking your vent, okay, but if you have a bag up there, maybe you just want some extra wind, come down here, tilt that up towards you like that. Wind is gonna come straight through here, and then you can actually angle where you want that wind. So if you want wind pretty much in your face, tilt it like that. If you want wind down kind of towards your legs or your midsection, tilt them like that. If you don't want any wind at all, shut them completely and you're good to go. So again, I think the functionality and the concept of what they are is awesome. I can't wait to try them out on the open road here this spring when the weather gets a little bit nicer. It's just cold and raining and snowing out right now for me to test these out, but the functionality is there and I think they look pretty awesome. Now, as far as they look on the front of the bike, I think they look awesome. I think these smoked out lenses here really pulls out the smoked out windshield, and I think it looks really nice. But I do think I'm gonna try to find some type of black rubberized waterproof seal and glue it on this outer edge so that when I shut that black seal will help stop any air from leaking through, but also give it a little bit more of a finished look across the top. But I'll save that for a different day. But so far, as far as what they are, I really like them. And again, you could buy these from some big name brand companies and spend a lot more. But again, I got these on Amazon from the same company that I got my turn signal lights from. Very inexpensive. I'll put the link in the description and you can check them out and see if that's something you want for your bike. But overall, I'm really happy with them, and the install was super easy. It only took me about 5 to 10 minutes to do this job, but again, I think it's turning out awesome because it ties in the smoked out lenses here. I got the smoked out lenses here, the smoked out windshield. I got all the black and gray theme going on, which I think is coming along really nice and looks awesome. So there you go, guys. That's how simple and easy it is to install these side wind deflectors on your front fairing. So again, I'll put the link in the description of this video of where you can check these out if you happen to be interested in getting yourself a pair. But again, installation, super simple, super easy. Only took me about 5 to 10 minutes to do this. But I do think these are going to come in very handy when I'm riding on hot days and I need to make some adjustments to airflow, whether I want it in my face to cool off, or maybe on a spring or a fall day where I actually want to block some of that wind, I could just shut them. So again, it gives you a lot of flexibility in how you direct that airflow. But that's it. I hope you guys like this video. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And do me a favor, subscribe to the channel because it definitely helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. So that's it. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you. I truly appreciate you all. And as always, see you in the next video.